Hey guys, this is Simon with TRADEnPERFORM Coaching. Doing a really quick coaching session, particularly for beginners here while I have time off. So if you'll read this, past performance not indicative of future results. You can lose a lot of money trading futures. Again, I want to repeat, I highly suggest using either Apex Trading or Top Step Trader as your choice for experimenting, not losing your own capital before you know what you're doing. So really quick, you'll see in the morning I put out support and resistance zones. So those are just general targets. We don't trade there specifically. We look for the algos to set up in that area, and they'll generally create little zones, like we'll know where they'll go. So like if you look at this morning zone, it came in and it rejects, pushes up. This is 8:30, pushes up into the zone, rejects out, comes back in again, attempts to reject out, gets a little bit over, and then finally rejects out of it to the downside. That's great. That's how other rooms operate, where they go, this is support or this is resistance, and just short it. That's not what we do. Okay, so what we do is we look for the algo to set up and lead us. The algo trumps the levels. Okay, so on the fly, you'll see this is our balance area here. And when the market opens initially, all right, let me erase these drawings. When the market opens up initially, I don't know why these aren't erasing, but I'm going to get them erased. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so when the market opens up initially, we're looking at these levels and for the algos to set up at those levels. Then we're looking for a specific setup, and always contra, at least when you initially begin, always contra to the level that you are trading. So what we would have been looking for in this case was so two things happened. First of all, by the time 5 minutes is done, our balance area is set up, right? And we're looking for two things. If you saw the prior video, we're talking about orthodox closes above and below. So now this area, right? This area right here, from here to here, this is our new level. This becomes our most important level of the day. An orthodox close above, meaning a bar that closes above with no physical contact, would have changed our bias from long to short. So you'll see in this case we get an orthodox close below. So intraday, for a very short period, sellers gain control. Overall, it's an overall concept, right? In order for buyers to gain control again, we would need an orthodox close above, which we never get. Then step two, once it pushes up, right? Once it pushes up, we would need a close below the body of this, in this case below the body of this bar. And this would have actually been a stop here the first time. So this is a stop. This would have closed back in, and that comes with the risk of trading in the first half hour. And then it comes up, you'll see the bar. So on this bar, because it has a white dot on it, all you needed was a close below. Hence your entry would have been here, and that would have been a 16-point stop if you choose to trade in the most aggressive period of the day, right? We had econ at 9 o'clock, the market pushes up, you'll see this orange dot printed right over here, does not have a white dot on it, so therefore you need a point of control to close below. Point of control is where the most volume went off in that bar, so you need a point of control to close specifically below this yellow line right here. Okay, it has not established that longs are in control. You get the point of control underneath here, right? Your stop goes up here, and then you can see we rolled over and back to the downside. Now your target, that's where the levels come in, become this level right over here. But unlike in other rooms, we do not trade just because it's a level. You can see that they try to pause it there and hold it there for 1, 2, 3 bars. So now in order to go long, so that's using it to determine bias, and now we will use the levels that we have below to set up targets, and we will look for setups to occur as we approach those targets, right? It can be a little bit below, it can be a little bit behind, and we don't just trade because it's a level, because otherwise you end up losing money. It's how you end up with 50-50 odds instead of high odds. So you can see this is broken. We've rolled to the downside. You knew once you had this orthodox close underneath the intraday, the shortest time frame, that overall sellers had control. Your first entry would have been here with a controlled stop of 16 points. Your second entry would have been here. Again, you would have seen the maximum heat you would have taken on this trade. Oh, wrong tool. Let's change it. There we go. This would have been your entry. This is the most heat you took. So that's 16,092 to 16,0650. So 92,02 plus another 6 points, 16 points would have put you at 08. And you can see that you survived. You really should just put your stop 1 point behind the high in this particular case. And now you're going to use the TnP support zones to target down below. And now what you would need, if you were trading in real time, you're like, oh, I'm at a support zone. You go, okay, I've got orange dot down with a white bar, orange dot down, and then your next trade in this is I'm looking for a positive bar with either an orange dot or a point of control. You're going to get a couple options here. A point of control above the point of control of this bar, so you need a positive bar with a point of control above, or a bar with an orange dot, or the third is just close behind this point. You would need 2 bars to do that trade. So what you're seeing is the whole, in this one trade, all the pieces of the process come in, right? So I'm going to do it one more time so everyone can see it. Okay, you get the open, right? You need to establish bias. This bar closes underneath. It establishes bias. In order to switch the bias, you need an orthodox close, meaning a bar with no physical contact with these 2 lines above, right? Never establishes. Your first short would have been established on this bar. So you get the white bar up. All it requires is a bar to close behind. That would stop. That would be a loss of 16 points. Your next entry, this bar right at 9 o'clock after the gun comes out, prints an orange bar. This is the point of control underneath. Your stop goes here, and what are you targeting? Besides the natural low of the day, zone 1, and now you can see we're at zone 2. And if this bar prints right here, if that bar prints right there, that would trigger since you didn't get an orange dot, this would trigger a long now. And what's your target? Your first target's here, and then your next target is the backside test, actually back up to 17,085 is your target back up. That puts the entire process together in one nutshell. Hope that helped, guys. Talk to you later. I'll be posting more and more of these short coaching sessions. Oh, and by the way, you get a hold of me if you'd like a 5-day trial room at TRADEnPerform@gmail.com. It's right here. Apologies, forgot. There you go. Just ask me for a 5-day trial. The room has 2 costs. $150 for the basic membership. You get to see what's going on in the room, the team chat, and plus my intraday coaching of the team. If you want the algos on your desktop, $300 a month. Okay, thank you and have a great day.